Hey guys, so we're doing another Fleetwood Mac song today from the Rumors album behind us. It plays like a greatest hits album, doesn't it? The song "Oh Daddy," and we're doing that one on the piano here, and Christine is playing it, so it fits really well with piano. I'm Sean Cheek of WebPianoTeacher.com. Introduce myself. So we're going to be doing this. Let's take a listen. Roll down there. That sounds cool. All right, so hello everyone. I am Sean Cheek of WebPianoTeacher.com, and I am teaching every song on this wonderful album behind me, Fleetwood Mac album, 45 years ago. But you know, great music is timeless, so I listen to it now as if it's a current song to me, a current album. And I do love the records, don't you? We have a record player. It's actually a Bluetooth record player, and it's really cool. I love hearing the hisses and pops and just the sound. Maybe it's in my imagination, but they just sound better, don't they? But I've been teaching piano for a long time, longer than way more than half my life. And I specialize in teaching people how to play without reading music notation. Now, reading music is a great skill to have. It's a great invention, but for a lot of people, it's kind of a roadblock. It just, our brains are all different and unique, and some brains don't work that way. And I always find wherever there's a block, there's a great talent somewhere else that can be opened. I really feel that way. And a lot of times the people with the best ears and the most talent have trouble reading because their ear is so good that they can't put that away long enough to learn to read music. So that's where I come in, and I use a system of kind of a whiteboard thing with letters, and we talk about chords, we talk about rhythms and styles and patterns, and it's just a different way to learn. I don't think it's any lesser than reading music. It's just a different way, and for millions of people, it's worked across the world, and maybe you're one of those people. So let's get to the board here. As a member, you can download my sheet here. This is just a little zoomed in part that we do for the free lesson for the part 1 on YouTube. If you're a member of the site, you can download the sheet as well as any other sheet on the site. I got almost 8,000 lessons now on there. And I got a nice piano sound going here on the Kauai. I'm using the pop piano sound. The concert grand sound is very good, but it's a lot deeper and richer. And the pop piano sound just comes through better, I think, for this stuff we're doing here. So I recommend that if you're using your Kauai. It's just that second button here. You can't see because the monitor's in the way, but there's a concert and then there's a pop button. And I also like the buttons are right there. I don't have to get in a menu and do a wheel and find it. It's just right there. I just press a button. All my favorite sounds. Okay. And I found something out the other day I want to show you guys. Really cool. If you have headphones on, you can hear this. If you don't, you can't. But I'm going to press keys down silently. And now you're listening. Listen really close. Turn the volume up. Listen. Did you hear that? You heard the hammers coming up. Now, if they're going to program that, something like that much detail, that kind of gives you an indication how good the sounds are if that much effort and detail put into it. Okay, so we start with the B flat major 7, okay? So we're going to talk about some chords here in this part 1. And, there are a lot of people who can't afford my website who have learned just from watching the part 1. So if you're one of those, here's another little bit of information you can have. We talk about chords because chords are a roadmap to just learning music. And whenever you play enough B flat major 7 chords, B flat DFA, and they're mixed around in any other, way or form, and you recognize it and it's familiar, then the other chords that are around that chord that tend to surround that chord will show up, and it'll start to make sense to you. So you find the familiar in something that's new, that's not familiar. You'll find something familiar in it. So it makes music learning easier and more fun because the patterns, there's only so many of them in music, and then they're just repeated and mixed around and repeated again. So once you start to see those familiar things in other pieces of music, you're not starting all over, is what I'm saying, in every piece. So that's how chords make a difference to you. And even if you don't completely understand what I'm talking about when I talk about a chord, that's okay. a little baby picks up a language. No one teaches them how to understand a language. They just pick it up. They get little pieces here and there. And that's what you have to allow yourself to do when I talk about chords, is allow yourself to get a little piece here and there. Eventually it'll start to coalesce and make sense to you. And it just, it makes music easier and more fun. And I love it. I love talking about it. So let's get to the board. B flat major 7, B flat D F A. Okay? And just a regular B flat chord only has the 3. But if I add that A in there, now I got a B flat major 7. Major 7 chords sound, people say jazzy. And I agree with that. Make kind of a, major 7. So that's what we have to begin with. And we have the piano and guitar going. So I kind of mind meld those things, push those two things together, and we get a nice mix to sound like the album version. 1 count on that first chord. 1, 2, count 2. B flat D G. I'm going to use finger 4 on top, and then finger 3 on the F. But notice the B flat and D stay. Then C, E, G on the next one. Left hand on a C. That's a C chord. 4, and CF is the count 4. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. And you kind of arpeggiate that. Whenever you have a guitar chord that you're playing, and it's kind of, especially a slower piece, if you arpeggiate it, roll it from bottom to top, that'll give the sound of a guitar strumming. So that's a little tip for you. You can kind of roll, especially if you have a guitar sound on your keyboard, that'll help you. Okay, so just roll that guy. So let's do that. 1, 2. And then there's a keyboard going in there too, some kind of electronic tine sound or something. And I also transcribe that, so that's in there as well. So if you just look at this chord alone, it's G minor. Look at this chord alone, it's B flat chord, C chord. Okay, so B flat major 7, C, D minor. All right, so F, A, D, D there. And I rolled it down. All right, that really sounds guitar too, because sometimes the guitar will arpeggiate from the top string down. You get that sound. Another little tip for you. All right, so there is our part 1 lesson, and we'll learn the whole thing, like I said, on webpianoteacher.com. Every song is on the site if you want to learn the whole album. In fact, if somebody does, I would love to hear from you, who actually learns the whole album. You don't have to be wonderful and great on every song, but someone who actually, tried the lessons on all the songs and can kind of play a little bit on all the songs. That would be very neat to me, a very neat accomplishment for you. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed the lesson, and we'll talk to you later.